Did y'all? Okay. I'm trying to figure out how I feel about it. I guess what I thought would happen happened, but you know that whole Epstein list came out. I know, right? And it was pretty underwhelming. Like they were like dropping the list January 2nd, and then January 2nd came, and they were like, sorry, January 3rd, and then they dropped the list, and everyone was like just mouth-watering on Twitter everywhere. Everybody was like, Jesus, list, it's gonna shake up the world. You know, and everything's gonna change after this list comes out. And then the list came out, and a couple people we thought were on it. And then when I saw the rest of the list, I was like, oh, that's right, I don't know any rich people. That's my bad. I don't really move in the circles for this to be a scandal. Because any name on the list that wasn't already a celebrity, I have no idea who that is. It could be the head of a bank. I don't know. Whoops. It's very interesting. It is also, I guess, a bit weird because if you on that list, if your name just came out, it's kind of weird because you really can't die now. Like, you really got to hold it together for quite a while. Or else if you die, they're going to be like, he was a bigger part of it. It's like, oh, jeez. No, it's a weird list. It's a weird gathering of people. You know what I mean? And not everybody went to the island. I'm not taking up for anybody because, once again, I don't know them. But some of them, a part of me feels a little bit bad for because they took a trip when the jet was going in the other direction. You know what I mean? Like, the jet goes to the island, but then the jet might have go from New York to Philadelphia real quick, and then David Copperfield's like, I ain't got shit to do with this. What the fuck? Motherfuckers asked me to come over and do some tricks. And then they dropped me off in Indianapolis. I had a show. No. It is weird, though. I think the thing that scares me most about the list and our response to it was that we thought the list would have everyone that we know on it. But what were we gonna do about it? Do you know what I mean? Like, think about that really. Like, we thought all of these, like, celebrities would be on the list. It's like, all right, what were we gonna... Like, was the plan to... Like, I don't know, unless we were gonna kill him, what does it really matter? Do you know what I mean? We're just gonna be like, oh, you. You know what I mean? Really think about it. It's like, if you know, whoever. Let's say Aaron Rodgers was on the list. We're gonna not let him play? I don't know. It just feels like we didn't really have a plan there. We just wanted to see it, kind of like the burn book for Mean Girls. And then we were gonna just go about our day. Because it says a lot that we expected powerful people to be on the list. It kind of shows that we have no faith in them to begin with, right? So then, we might as well just treat them like they were on the list and get rid of them. Like, it just feels like... But Jeremy, I don't know why we needed a little bit more evidence that Lindsey Graham was shitty or something. I mean, like... I'm trying to be, like, a more... like, chill person. I think I get carried away sometimes. Like, I'll overthink things, and it gets me into this. I don't want to be a combative person, and I'm not combative outwardly, but in my head, I'll be like, "What does that mean?" Or I will overanalyze the situation to a point where I'm having a bad time. Right? Like, it can't even be called a restaurant. I went to a fast food, like, chicken spot. And I ordered, and they gave me my food. And I truly cannot remember if I asked for napkins or not. But the cashier, he gave me too many napkins. All right? He gave me a concerning, offensive amount of napkins. He gave me so many he gave me napkins, it was making a statement in my head as he was going, because he put, okay, one napkin is not enough. If you get a meal and they give you one napkin, they're like, fend for yourself, right? 2 napkins might be enough. Maybe you're going to wipe your hands, you're going to wipe something down, whatever. 3 napkins is a perfect amount. 4 or 5 starts to be excessive. He gave me a clutch of napkin. He gave me what I can only describe as an unhoused amount of napkins. He gave me napkins like it was going to be my blanket and my pillow tonight. He gave me, because he used the full width of his big-ass hand to grab all these napkins and stuff them in the bag. There were so many napkins in the bag that if the bag had flipped, my food would have been safe, right? It was such a deeply offensive amount of napkins, because it just felt like he was saying, you can't take care of yourself. He's like, it felt like he was saying, you're going to spill a lot. I can tell just by how you're standing that you spill. And I was talking to a friend about it. My friend was like, well, maybe, just maybe he recognized you and he was trying to give you the hookup. And I was like, okay, even if I'm trying to extend enough grace to not be offended and to think that my man likes my comedy, and so he's like, look, I don't have much, but what I got is these napkins. All right, so if you need anything, I got napkin-wise, I got you. All right, napkin-wise, I stay ready. Okay. I was like, nah, because he didn't. This is how I know he wasn't like a fan or something. He looked me dead in my eyes when he gave me all those napkins, and he didn't smile. That was the most offensive. It's probably one of the most. It was a full middle finger using all his fingers. It was the way that he was like, all right. Deeply distressed. Okay, did y'all, by any chance, see the dude who jumped the judge? Okay, this is so great. Okay, look, if you have not seen it, if you haven't seen it, it's very quick. If you have not seen it, I'll try my best to bring you up to. Okay, so basically, I didn't know everything was happening. I had to read about it after I saw it. But in the video, you see a judge and what I think is a stenographer. And I knew something bad was going to happen because when the video starts, the stenographer in the corner already got his mouth open, right? And so the stenographer is looking ahead and going, and that is because I don't know how big this man is, but there is a man already in the air flying towards the judge, okay? Now, I don't know because of the angle, I don't know if he got a running start and started flying, or if he just flew from the defendant's stand. Because you know that table they got the defendants at, right? From the angle, it just looks like he jumped from there over, and then no judge's bench is eye level, all right, ever, okay? Which means he didn't just jump across and clear that space. He went up, and it is so sad that our first black superhero is this guy. Okay. So then he jumps over, he full Soulja Boy over the judge's bench, lands on her. Now, I knew he was going to get her when I saw him in the air because she was getting out of the way too slow. Because I think even even, I think in her mind, even she was like, he gonna bust his head on this bench trying to jump up here to get me. Because she was kind of cold with it, where she wasn't freaked out even though he was flying there, which makes me feel like this must have happened before. And most people don't make it. Like, most people don't clear it and then they bang their head on the bench. You know what I mean? Because for the bailiff to not, the bailiff is nowhere to be found. He clearly jumped over the bailiff, right? Because the bailiff was probably like, the stenographer was over here like, God dang. And so then he jumps up and lands on her. She goes down. They're both like under the bench for a second. Then the bailiff gets over there, and then I guess the stenographer, I don't know what this person's position was, but he was in a suit and he seemed very scared. They both start trying to fight this dude. So now this dude is whooping everybody's ass. Like, it's actually quite, like, in my mind I was like, is he on drugs right now? Because how do you fight from the ground 3 people as you get up? You don't even see that in the UFC, right? And you'll never believe. Okay, so she was denying his probation and she was about to sentence him, which is when he jumped over the bench and attacked her, right? And she was sentencing him. His case was battery with severe bodily harm. He did battery at the battery case. And I don't know what the other situation was. I have no idea. But she was about to sentence him. And I don't know how much time he was about to get. But it sounded like she was about to be like, I'm going to have to give you 8 years. And then this man was like, I'd like life, please. I'm sort of done with this outside world. Let me go ahead and stay forever. It's genuinely insane. I think that's the first person we've ever seen as a collective society that is going to get 10 million years. So, like, that's absolutely astounding. Yeah, I mean, if anything, I'm interested in what's going to happen next. I don't know if they'll let cameras in for it, but the judge said, just this. The judge was like, I want to see him on Monday. This Monday, she's like, I want to see him on Monday by any means necessary. She used a full Malcolm X line. Because she was like, I didn't get to finish my sentence. Oof.
Welcome to the Josh Johnson Show. I'm Josh Johnson, joined by my co-host, stand comedian Logan Nielsen. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
I'm doing okay. So we were in Arizona.
Couldn't tell if that was a long Zoom lag or you had to really think if you were okay.
No, I'm fine. It's all fine. We were in Arizona doing some shows. And
yes, we were.
I get back to New York, and I'm just so thankful to be back. I was in LA for 2 weeks, which was a little too long. Like, it was just long enough.
It's a long time to be away from where you live.
Yeah. It was just long enough that I started to really miss, home and my bed and all the stuff like that. I feel like there's a level when it comes to travel, at least.
Mm-hmm.
There needs to be some shared language now with, like, what's actually bad and what's not. Do you understand what I mean? Like, I've taken buses,
you
I've taken planes, I've taken trains.
Right, yeah.
But just the chaos we're living in, because people don't have like a shared understanding of what's gross and what's not, and like what's okay.
I think it even goes deeper than that, because not only do people not share that language, but I haven't had a single airport handle security the same way anymore. It's like there's no shared language even on like the basic rules anymore, let alone the unspoken social mores. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I think it goes even deeper, because we don't even have a foundation. There's not even a ground floor for us to build upon.
We're not even a country anymore. Okay?
You know? But it's not just us. It's like the world is so connected now too, but we don't have a rule.
Yeah.
Can you take your shoes off on a plane?
There was a guy on a train that I had to tell myself that this man was deranged, just so that I could live with the life I was currently living with him in it, because this man had his shoes and his socks off, getting like fully comfortable on the seat across, because it was one of those Amtrak trains where you know how there's your two seats, but then there's two seats facing you.
Yeah.
He had his feet up on the other seats, chilling like he was at home.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even about to sit there. But the fact that loose feet were just out, I couldn't stand it. And you know what's crazy?
Loose feet running around all willy-nilly.
What's crazy, what makes me crazy, I understand this makes me crazy. If this man had walked on with sandals and he did that, I still wouldn't be happy about it. But the fact that there's been shoe heat and sock heat that's now been pressed up on this foot, and who knows if this is an athlete's foot or not, and now you're putting the foot in the seat.
No, that's true, because that's a different foot than a flip-flop foot.
Mm-hmm.
That's different types of stank. You know, there's a lot more process to getting comfortable. It's also the boldness of it, because shoes and socks, that takes more comfort.
Yeah.
What's that?
That was, okay, so I am coming to you from my office. I'll let the listeners know so that they don't think that I'm in a detention center. So basically, I'm in my office, so there's going to be a lot of white wall. There's going to be some desk.
Big yawn.
There's maybe going to be a little bit of small TV action in the background for the people who watch the full clips on YouTube. But there's also going to be some announcements. Every now and again, you're going to hear a muffled announcement like we're on the train.
Oh, okay. That's what for a second, I thought you just had something playing on your phone, but you were staring dead at me. I'm like, this is some sort of...
Yeah. I wish I had
this is a move. I'm like, why is he trying to fuck with me while I'm...
Yeah, I almost wish I was the level of unhinged to be looking right at you and to also be like playing something.
Just playing some sort of YouTube clip and just staring at me.
Yeah, like looking at you and not paying attention.
Yeah, that is attentively telling someone you don't care.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost counterintuitive, but it also makes it more insulting.
Yeah.
That you're really taking the time to look at me and go, I don't care what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's like the mobsters in movies where you're like, oh, that's the truly insane person is doing something like that.
That's somebody with hate in their heart.
Yeah.
That just truly does not register that you're a human to your face.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you today.
Yeah. Sure.
It's okay. I'm trying to figure out how to word the question. Have you seen...
It's a very pensive episode.
Yeah. Have you seen or noticed a time where there was just some like wild comeuppance in the moment? I know we've talked about that concert, like the guy at the mosh pit that you went to.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm wondering if, since we've had that conversation, because that was over a year ago, I'm wondering if there have been any more times that you've seen like immediate and swift comeuppance in real time?
I guess not really. I mean,
No. I
seeing someone like crash their car. It's like, yeah, you should have been looking. That's immediate comeuppance.
yeah, you're not wrong. That's
I mean,
yeah, no, that's wild. That's very wild. I
people who get bit by dogs. There's plenty of cause and effect.
yeah, I just mean like if there's anything.
I'm
you've
kidding. I'm
seen-
kidding. No, that was such a specific question. There's no way I was going to think of an example. I don't think of stories the way you do. I don't have that like Rolodex.
No, fair enough. But I'm also
I
just sitting
gotta take
there
a
with
second.
them.
No, I know, but I gotta
Sometimes
like
things
comb
aren't
through
related.
old boxes. Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, hey, Josh, have you ever had an apple? And I'm like, man, this one time this guy tried to stab me.
Oh yeah, no, you do that shit to me all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember there was this one time where this kid, I don't even know why I didn't like this kid, but I was like, it was in the summer, had to be in the 8th grade or the 9th grade or something, and there was this kid who I had to swim with because I was learning to swim. I was in the beginner class, but there was like an advanced beginner that I should have been doing in this swim lesson. But because I didn't say anything, have I told you about this before? Because I didn't say anything,
I was just chuckling at. I was chuckling at advanced beginner.
Oh,
so like that's
well, no, literally,
just a full ass oxymoron.
This is what happened. This is what's so annoying.
Yeah.
So there was just swimming lessons that my mom took me to. Mm-hmm. And I had some swimming lessons years ago, but hadn't been in a pool since. And so I was a beginner still in my mind because I was like, hey, if I'm still this nervous to get in the water, I'm not an advanced swimmer, you know? And so then I get in the water, and at first the teacher's like going over the rules in the pool and everything, just like watch out for each other, don't kick each other, like no, dunking each other, like just everyone was getting this lesson. Then she was like, okay, the kids who can swim this much come with me. The kids who like can't swim at all go over there. And so in my mind, I'm a kid who can't swim at all, Mm-hmm. And so I go over to the other direction, and then when I get over there, it's just a bunch of tiny kids. So it's me, this like 14-year-old, and then all of these like itty bitty babies getting swim lessons. Now be honest
though, how much bigger were you than them really?
They were like 4.
Oh, okay.
They were like 4 and 5. And I'm like 14.
Right.
And so the lesson starts, and they're like, we're just going to blow bubbles under the water. And in my head, I'm like, I've done all this. Like, what is this? This doesn't make any sense. And the other kids were like doing like half laps on the other side of the pool, but we're like going under the water just a little bit and blowing bubbles. And like, it felt like I was in a Lamaze class and I was the baby. Like, it was so embarrassing. And I didn't have the wherewithal to quit the lesson or to leave the teacher. Because the teacher is the teacher's acting like I need to be over there. And then we do the whole lesson. And then there's this one kid who I guess is I'm definitely the odd kid out. I'm the only one over here as old as I am. And this one kid who shouldn't be over here either because he's like 5 or so, but he's like swimming in place. And so I'm like, who's going to get this kid? This is insane, right? Like, this kid's like a little mermaid. And then he looks at me as I'm like doing whatever little kick exercise we're supposed to be doing. Because how they have you, when you're getting a swim lesson, they'll also have you grab the edge of the pool and do some kicks and stuff, like to learn how to push yourself and everything. And I'm pushing, and this other kid next to me, the little like 5-year-old kid, is also pushing, and he just looks at me and he goes, "So what's wrong with you?" And from that moment, I was like, okay, I have an enemy. Like I have a mortal enemy. I don't want anything good for this kid.
I'm about to be an advanced murderer.
Because I was like,
wow.
What? And then he repeated it. He was like, "What's wrong with you?"
What's wrong with you?
And I was like,
so what's wrong with you?
I was like, what? I'm like, what do you mean? And this is as I'm kicking. And he's like, you're like a grown-up kid. And I'm kicking next to him like, there's no grown-up kid. Like, if you're a kid, you're a kid.
Hey, now if they're going to be advanced beginners, I think there can be grown-up kids.
Yeah, right. And so...
Sorry, I'm just having fun with all the oxymorons today.
So then he's like, why aren't you over there? And I was like, because I can't swim like they can. Like this little kid doesn't understand the concept of like, I just don't know as much as they know. I know more than the class. Like I should have been in middle beginner because the marquee, like the thing that you buy when you go to this swim lesson says beginner.
Right.
So already them breaking up the class was kind of wild, you know? So I'm going to what I think is a beginner class. Now, they didn't fully explain what that meant, but I projected my own stuff onto it because in my head I was like, okay, they're going to take the little bit that I know how to swim and make me able to fully swim. And I won't be able to swim in deep water, but I'll be able to swim the length of the pool without needing to put my foot down to get air. And you know what I mean? Like that thing.
Yeah. The basic goal of all swimming lessons is to get good enough to just not drown should you find yourself in water.
Yeah.
No matter what, that's the the base level. Is if I find myself in water, I want to be able to not die.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
And so then I'm like kicking next to this kid, and this kid is talking to me, and he clearly gets bored while he's asking me all these questions. So he stops grabbing the edge of the pool and just lets it go, flips over, and is now on his back, sort of like kicking up. Like, so he's just floating on his back and still moving his legs a little bit, but he's just sort of like moving in place. And I'm watching, I'm like, why are you over here?
Moving in place.
Like, this dude is like, he's like swimming like he was born in the water.
Maybe he was. Maybe he was a water birth.
Maybe it was a water birth.
Maybe they come out with a little extra skill.
And so then I asked the kid, because I get a little attitude with the kid because he just keeps asking me why I'm over there. You're like a grown up kid, blah blah blah. I was like, hey, there's no grown up kids, it's just kids. And then finally I was like, why aren't you over there? And then this kid goes, oh, I don't know. And then he goes under the water and goes and swims over with the bigger kids.
Wow. You reminded him that he was a great swimmer.
Yeah.
He in the moment was like, oh, you're right, I'm very good at this. Whee! Here I go. He shoots out of the water like a dolphin.
And he didn't go under the water like, let me get my bearings and then go swim. This kid went backwards like he was in a swim competition. Like he just doubled over in the water and flipped and then started swimming. Like he was a dolphin. I hated this kid so much. And so then the lesson ends. And I can't remember my mom took me there or my aunt took me there. But whoever took me there, I get out of the pool and I'm like, why did they have me with the little kids? Like I knew how to swim more than that. And then she was like, I don't know. I was waiting for you to say something. Like, because they stayed for the lesson. So I can't remember who it was, but they saw the whole thing. It was either my mom or my aunt that took me. But this is like so long ago, I don't remember. But she was like, yeah, I was waiting for you to say something. I was like, when's he gonna get tired of this? And then, okay, so then where the pool was like a snow cone cart. So
Okay.
there's a snow cone cart off a little bit ways at that, like near that pool. You still have to walk to it.
Okay.
And that kid, that 5-year-old, I'm leaving the pool, and he's already swam and then run over and got a snow cone and come back. And he said something like snide to me. I can't remember what it was. And it was so mean that it didn't seem like he was 5. It seemed like only an older kid could have thought of something so mean. But he was.
You got bullied by a kid 10 years younger than you.
But how? It's not bullying because I was not like.
You kind of sort of got bullied by a 5-year-old in this story.
Just because he was being mean to me doesn't mean I was bullied. By that logic, I've been bullied by a lot of babies. All right? I've picked up a baby before and just immediately started crying, which didn't feel nice.
Criming? What'd you say?
I thought I said crying. What did I say?
I think you said crumbing. That's what it sounded like to me.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's okay.
But anyway.
Yeah, but he made fun of you, so what's wrong with you? And then he got you again at the snow cone cart.
Yeah, so.
And you seem still not happy about it. So to me, that's what makes it, puts it in the realm of getting bullied.
Nah.
I bet he's huge now, too.
And so I'm walking away. And a kid said something about like, what was it? It was like really messed up. It was to the point where I was like, "Oh, you're not 5." He said, "Oh yeah, don't forget your floaties next time" or something. He said something like that was like in that vein of like, "Are you gonna bring a noodle next time?" or like whatever the thing was, right? And. So this kid,
dog, you got bullied. I don't know how to tell you.
Look, fine,
a 5-year-old definitely bullied you. You got big dogged by a 5-year-old.
Fine, whatever. This kid's like, yeah, don't forget your floaty next time. And as he goes,
he lunged at you and you flinched.
No, that's not what happened. And so then, as he said that, he went to take a lick from his snow cone, and the snow cone was such an ice ball that it all just fully moved with his tongue off of the cup and fell on the ground. And I remember I just laughed at him because he was so shocked. He didn't know that could happen. Little man hadn't been around the block a couple times, didn't know how to eat a snow cone like an idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's good with the liquid water, but what about the frozen water? Little punk. All right. I'm glad gravity told him what time it was. And so anyway, he licked the snow cone. It fell off.
He's such a fucking idiot.
Me? What did I do?
No.
In this story, I didn't do anything.
No, but I love you because you talked about like swift comeuppance, but it took so long for him to get comeuppance.
What do you mean so long?
Really...
What do you mean so long? He said the thing, and then he took a lick, and then his afternoon was ruined.
That was the second thing, though. He'd already bullied you earlier.
But it's swift comeuppance when you do a thing and then a thing happens. You're taking it as if it's the whole entirety of the situation.
You're also just acting like you won, which you still got bullied by a 5-year-old.
No, that kid was real upset.
He dropped his.
That kid's day was ruined. I didn't have to do anything to that kid. That kid licked the snow cone. It fell off the cup, and he was. That's where the 5-year-old kickback is. So he got like too big for his britches because he knew how to swim. But as soon as his snow cone splattered on the ground, he was a kid again. and he was all upset.
Oh God. Excuse me.
What?
I was coughing. So you're saying the snow cone put him in his place, is what you're trying to say?
100%.
You did nothing. You did nothing and just watched.
I didn't have to do anything.
As your tormentor.
What was I supposed
At a slight
to do?
inconvenience.
My tormentor. The slight inconvenience. Oh. Hey, this wasn't a neighborhood full of money. That was his only snow cone for the weekend.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. At least he got to feel like a big dog next to you.
Nah.
Even him out.
I was chilling.
Yeah, you sound real chill about it. I was chilling.
I was so happy.
Oh.
Just splatted. He had a bunch of blue all over his legs like an idiot. He looked so stupid. It got on his swim trunks. I don't know. I just laughed at him.
It's also really hard for me to imagine the story just not as you now either. It's really hard. I'm not really imagining a 14-year-old Josh. I'm just imagining you just like ha 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 in this kid's face.
Hey, that kid deserved that. Oh man, that's so funny to me that he you could see on his face he got real upset. Like he didn't even the bully was gone at that point. Like you want to say he bullied me? Any sort of bullying nature just melted away, and then he was a kid who wanted to cry because his snow cone hit the ground. Oh man. I'm pretty sure it was the first lick too. That's what makes it even more hilarious.
That's
to me.
Embarrassing.
The fact that it's like he was about to enjoy a snow cone and then he went. Bruh.
That's the little kid equivalent of like losing your job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's that first lick and then your thing falls. You're just kind of like, what do I do with my life now?
Look, that snow cone place, by the way, that snow cone place
burned down.
I wish it burned down. Okay.
Every bully got taken to task.
This snow cone place was so bad. This is the worst snow cone place like ever. Anybody who went to school, I don't know if listeners from my hometown like would listen to the show or anything, but if you do, if you went to Peabody High School, you probably passed the snow cone stand, this little like cart every day to get to school because it was just out there. It would be out there the whole year, and they would really only open up for the hot days and months. So obviously it was open all summer. It would open beginning in spring, and then it would open if it was like, let's say a heat wave was coming, right? Like it was going to be a particularly warm day. Even if it was October, but it was going to be hot for some reason, that snow cone place would open. So anyway,
see, I like that. Other places don't do that. They're just closed for
they'll
from
like
this date on.
This what's I still don't know the person who worked this stand for real. Like I don't know if the owner was actually the person working it or if they just owned it and had friends, pop in and work it, because they were never really nasty. You know what I mean? So you know how a place like that where you have to bring all these syrups and all of these like different like sugary things, they should be attracting fruit flies, especially if you're leaving it. And they never did. You never see like fruit flies or any of that stuff in that snow. So they kept it clean, but they had the worst ingredients that you could ever imagine. The main ingredient is just ice. But I gave that place 3 chances. Right? So there was one time where I'm pretty sure they had dirty ice because my snow cone tastes off. Like I don't even know how to describe it. It just was not good, Mm-hmm. And so then I didn't go there for a while. I didn't ask for a snow cone for a while. And like my mom knows. My aunt even knows how much I love snow cones, It's just one of those treats that's cheap. and it's just sugar water, but it's dazzling to look at, and it's nice on a hot day. I'm just saying, right? So this
That's a nice little snow cone soliloquy you had there.
Yeah, snow cones will brighten your day. It's hard. I'll even say this.
Wow.
I'll throw this out there. I have no
Yeah.
data to back me up, but I'm almost positive. That the weeks where the snow cone stand was open, there were less shootings. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I just couldn't hear the shots because I was enjoying my snow cone so much, or maybe other people in the neighborhood were enjoying snow cones and they were like, "Hey,
Yeah?
this really isn't the day for foolishness." All right.
Yeah. Can I just say that we've known each other for a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
And we've been doing this show for a while. This is our 111th episode.
Yeah.
And I think in the time we've done this, I've never seen you light up as much as you did just now talking about snow cones.
Hey.
You had a lightness in your face I have not seen
Dude, snow cones are
since before we had career worries.
snow cones
Like, that
are
was you.
something else, man. Snow cones are
Look at that fucking smile. Look at that smile. I don't know if I've seen you smile like that in a while.
Dude, so-
I'm just thinking of the beauty of snow
because
cones.
snow cones also aren't something you really have to either go out and seek them directly or happen upon them. Even if my mom was out and she wanted to get me a treat, she couldn't bring me back a snow cone. It's not happening. That thing's gonna be melted by the time she gets home.
Yeah, they don't transport well.
You know? And then, oddly enough, once it's melted, and even if you try to freeze it and then have it later, it's still not quite the same because it doesn't get that crushed ice effect. Now all the ice is one ice block.
It becomes one block of ice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it's a different thing.
So snow cones are a moment in time.
So part what you like about. So that's what I was gonna say. What you like about them is that they're so temporary.
Yeah.
It's a moment.
And apparently they temper down gang violence. Like no one's like, "Oh, you got a red snow cone? I got a blue snow cone." Pop, pop, pop. That never happens. You know?
Or they'll be like, "Let's get to this in a couple seconds. Finish our snow cones first."
Yeah. So anyway,
I've never known of your love of snow cones.
it really hasn't come
when was
up
the last time you
because they're not in Chicago like that.
That's true. You don't have snow cones around as much. We have them around here in Iowa. We used to have our own snow cone maker. It was just a little plastic thing, but you put ice in it and then you just crush it, and it would come out as like a crushed ice thing, and it came with a crushed ice thing. Excuse me, and then it came with a bunch of syrups and stuff too. So we were living that snow cone life for a little while.
Wow.
What?
I didn't know that about you. That's wild that you had a snow cone maker in your life and you didn't share it with me till now.
Share it with you?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have it with me.
No, I'm just saying you didn't share the story with me until now, but we've known each other for a long time. That's wild.
Yeah,
it's like if
crazy,
someone
our
told
friendship.
me they used to have their own like go-kart track and they said it nonchalantly. I'm like, what?
That's nowhere on the same level. Snow cone makers aren't like a lavish thing. Because I remember there was a trend in like the late 90s, early 2000s where there was a bunch of like home little snow cone
Yeah, I remember
maker
it.
things. They were just ice chippers is all they were. Yeah.
Hey, I know, but some of us couldn't afford those ice chippers, so we just watched that commercial longingly. I'd watch it because it was white kids in the homemade commercial. So then I'd watch it and be like, oh no, damn, another day without a snow cone.
But I think like this area got into that trend a little bit. I don't know. We like snow cones around here.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's an Iowa thing. I don't know, but they tend to be at most the activities.
Yeah. That's fair.
I love when they'd sell snow cones like during like a football game.
Mm-hmm.
So people are getting snow cones and it's like fucking 45 degrees.
Yeah.
That's
I love them so much.
Midwest stuff.
I've definitely eaten a snow cone with gloves on before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how much I love them.
It's interesting because they're a summer treat, but then you'll see people who like make them out of snow. Like they'll like have like an actual like ice thing.
Yeah.
And just kind of make it, but it's in the winter. it's weird that that's the one like all season treat. Have we talked about for snow cones too long? I think we've maybe talked about snow cones.
Yeah, I'll get to the second one. So the second time that place did me dirty was I got a...
I forgot we were talking about the place. The place that wasn't good, but it didn't have bugs, so that made it okay.
Yeah. So I went there specifically as a child. I'm like really young at this point still. And I'm like, hey, everybody deserves a second chance. Especially when they're trying to spread joy in the world like this place is, you know? So let me give them another shot. And I remember I got something that was like called a blue tsunami. It had blue in the name. So obviously the snow cone's going to be blue. It was so blue that my tongue and my teeth were blue. I don't even think they put... This is what I think happened. I think that these people made a mistake and didn't know what to do. So they had, you know, the blue food coloring that they'll be part of the syrup. I think they just straight up put dye into the snow cone because my teeth, my tongue, everything in my mouth was blue for about 2.5 days. It was so bad that my mom got genuinely... She made me use like Listerine, and the Listerine was coming out blue. Like... This purple,
coming out bluer?
No, this purple Listerine was coming out blue, right?
Oh, the purple Listerine.
So she was trying to get me to, like, maybe wash my mouth out or just something. And I remember I did it about 3 times, which to a kid is just death. Like, when you're little, because you already hate the pain of mouthwash, because you don't get why it's necessary.
Like, I've been doing this all day.
Yeah, it stripped the pain out of my mouth. It got the varnish right off of my tongue. My taste buds got a bald fade, all right? My tongue couldn't feel anything. And so then, and the snow cone was also bad. Like, it didn't taste good. So I didn't finish it. So that my mouth was that blue without me finishing it, which is crazy.
Jeez.
And then I remember...
If you would got to the syrup at the bottom, then...
Yay. If I went to the syrup at the bottom, I think I'd be in Blue Man Group.
Stupid.
I think that's what happened to everybody in that group. They had that snow cone, and they just kept going. And before you know it, you can't talk. All you know how to do is drum. I'm telling you, man. It could happen. It could happen. Warn your kids. Protect your children. It's blue out here.
Don't let your child become a blue man.
Don't let your kid become a blue man. That's negligence. All right?
It's like a documentary, like a daytime show with parents of blue men.
Yeah.
Just like they stopped talking to us.
They stopped talking to us. They just kept getting these snow cones, and before you knew it, I don't even know if he has feelings anymore.
He's just like banging tubes together and shit, and I don't know how to relate to him anymore.
No one bought him the black sweater. He was just in it one day.
Just had it. Keeps pointing at me like this. Just keeps doing it.
And so it was so blue that I straight up, and this may be TMI for our listeners who are used to a bit more of a timid show, but I pissed blue.
I was hoping it was going to be that you pissed. But did you actually piss blue?
Dude, it was like, it wasn't like blue like Avatar, like how I'm sure that they piss, but it was like... It was a hue. It was a hue of blue.
I like assuming that the Na'vi from Avatar pissed blue.
Why wouldn't they?
Why would they?
Wouldn't it be weirder if they didn't? Everything is blue. That's a normal color for them. Blue looks completely regular to them.
Right, but I'm just saying it's rare that...
I would hope it's not a contrasting color. Anyway, the third time this place did me dirty.
Anyway. This is a Buck Wild Snow Cone episode.
The third time that this place did me dirty, they had started trying to sell popcorn chicken. Okay?
Okay.
So, in my head, I'm like,
What if we try hot food?
yeah, what if we try hot food after we've poisoned all the kids with dye?
No one wants our cold anymore. Let's make hot.
Yeah.
That's the pivot for the business.
I don't know how they stayed open, because there was this one dude that did a lot of drugs that would always get a snow cone from them, and there was a point in my very young life where I didn't fully understand what drugs were.
That man's addicted to snow cones.
I genuinely, I thought this man was addicted to snow cones, because I would see him in other parts of the neighborhood acting wild. And he's like clearly on crack, right? So dude clearly is like a full on crack addict. But he would be acting weird, but then I'd always see him seem so normal when he would go get his snow cone. Now what I didn't know is clearly this man liked to enjoy a snow cone with his crack. Okay, that's what was happening. Because I would see him later and he'd be all wild, but he was normal before. But I didn't understand what drugs were.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, listen, they go together like America and apple pie. snow cone and crack.
Both icy, you know.
Both icy.
One just needs a little bit of heat, you know. And so then I was scared of snow cones for a little while, for maybe like 6 months. I didn't even tell anybody. But you know how you get those misconceptions when you're a kid?
Scared of snow cones.
I really did, because I was like, I've been eating snow cones. I love snow cones. So now in my head, I'm like, is snow cones like... I didn't know what crack was, but I was in my head, essentially, I was like, is snow cones crack? Like, am I going to be out here in the streets stealing from people to get more snow cone? Like, you laughing, but I really thought this for a couple months. I was because I would see that dude, and this is after the blue thing happened. And the blue thing was like my Scared Straight program, because that was me being like, oh, okay, not all, you can't trust every snow cone. You can't trust, like, you need to be careful where you get your snow cones from, because not everybody's a reliable distributor, you know? And then I was in the car with my grandma, and when we saw that guy, and my grandma knew that guy, and my grandma was telling me how smart that guy was when he was younger, when he was like in school and stuff, and how sad it was that he's like, you know, like an addict now, because that's all he does.
And you're like,
now, when
I know, I've seen him.
That's all he does, he had a snow cone in his hand. He was leaving the snow cone stand.
Oh, gotcha.
And so to me, I'm like, she said that's all he does. She didn't say all he does is crack.
Why do you guys let me have these if that's what's going to happen to me?
So then in my mind, I'm like, so is y'all just letting me do this in moderation? Is that why sometimes y'all tell me no when I want a snow cone? Because I remember one time when my mom was taking me to my grandma's house, I asked for a snow cone. But you know how when you're little, you don't think of the logistics of things. So I had asked for the snow cone when we had already passed the place. So she would have had to make a loop around the block and turn around just to get... And she was like, I'm not going to do all that. You should have asked me before, you know, whatever, right? So that was the time I didn't get to have a snow cone. And there was another time where we were about to have dinner. But I'm not putting these reasonings why I can't have snow cones together. All that's happening in my brain is that my grandma is like, hey, that dude, that's all he does. And he used to be really smart and he was going somewhere. And it's so sad what happened to him that, you know, that's all he does now. Yeah. And I'm just seeing the snow cone.
And in your mind, you're like, these snow cones are so blue, they make you insane.
Yeah, clearly, if you have enough blue snow cone, 3 blue snow cones equal 1 crack rock, you know?
That's basic snow cone math right there.
Yeah, because before this whole thing got debunked, like before I found out what drugs were and everything, I did see...
Before it got debunked, like someone came out to prove you wrong, that it was indeed not snow cones, but a very strong drug that was affecting you.
Yeah. So before any of this got debunked, right?
Got debunked.
This guy, I was driving home with my grandma again, and this guy was dancing in the street, clearly high, right? And so I remember what my grandma said about him last time, and he wasn't that far from the snow cone stand. So in my head, I'm like, poor guy, just can't kick it. Because in my mind, I haven't had a snow cone now for a very long time. Because after that blue thing happened, my mom specifically said we were never going to go there again. And so, in my mind, I've kicked the habit, you know? Like, I wish he could quit cold turkey like me, you know? And so the third time was because I was like, let me give them one more chance, and they had popcorn chicken. So we get the popcorn chicken, right? And this is like such a mistake.
Listen, their snow cones are bad, and I think they ruin your life, but they've got popcorn chicken now.
No, this is after I realized that snow cones weren't drugs.
Oh, that's right. After it was debunked, I forgot.
Yeah.
That's right. So you realized it was safe to go back.
Yeah, when I realized that, this man is on drugs.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do. He just likes the taste of blue tsunami in his mouth while he's on drugs.
Yeah.
In fact, drugs are probably the only thing that makes the blue tsunami good.
Yeah, he's tasting it in a way I'm not, and can never.
Yeah, he doesn't even taste the same colors I do, you know?
He tastes an extra color. That's why they gave him all the extra blue.
Yeah, he's tasting green. And so basically we get the snow cone, we get the popcorn chicken, and I was like, let me just go with something super, super regular. I'm just going to get a banana flavor, because at least if my tongue turns like yellow, that's less noticeable, whatever. Like I'm planning ahead in my head. And then we get the popcorn chicken.
Noticeable, but possibly more medically alarming.
Yeah. If you
have a tongue that won't go back from yellow for a while, that's probably not good.
Yeah. And you get a fever, you dead. All right.
Man, you got tongue jaundice? How'd you manage that?
And so we get the popcorn chicken, and I think it was my aunt and I. But anyway, we take a couple of bites, and we've been fully hoodwinked. We've been like, I don't even know how you do this. I really don't know. It's almost a talent, the level at which they tricked us. There is so little chicken in here. There's almost no chicken. So they gave us just a bunch of balls of breading. Just a bunch of fried balls that are breaded. And so we bite into it, and already it's like the breading's not good, so the whole thing's not good. And then the little one I bit into, I was like, where's the chicken? Like, this is crazy. And after I bite into a couple more, I'm like, oh, there's no chicken in here. And instead of banana, they gave me lime. So I'm leaving fully upset.
Yeah. This place doesn't sound reputable.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good.
Not a lot of quality control.
I don't even know if it had a name. We would just call it the snow cone place.
I was about to make up a name for it, because I was like, I don't think he said a name.
No, I don't think it had a name.
This sounds like this was some sort of shady government experiment you didn't realize.
Yeah. That actually,
they were testing the effect. Yeah,
that would make more sense than it staying open all those years.
Yeah.
You know, the government, the CIA, just opens a snow cone stand in the hood, and they try out new blue on black people.
Yeah, they try that out, and they cover it up by funneling more drugs into it. We got to cover up the snow cone stuff with crack. Otherwise, the snow cone thing looks really weird.
We also have to cover up the snow cone thing with bad popcorn chicken.
Yeah, this is one experiment that just kept getting out of hand.
Yeah.
We need something else than to cover it up.
Yeah, maybe the government is not good at stuff.
Maybe they aren't. I think that's what we've learned here.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the main moral.
Yeah. So, because I was initially just trying to talk about the comeuppance thing, but then it reminded me about the snow cone place.
I know that you got, but I love seeing the snow cone passion. So don't you dare apologize for that.
All right.
That was worthwhile. I felt like not only was it a good fodder for the episode, I feel frankly closer to you as a friend.
Got you. I feel you. Okay. I'm glad.
I know sometimes you I know sometimes you'll ask me like, you know, if you have a story about a certain topic, but there are episodes where I gotta just hold on. I gotta just grab on and we go, and we just keep on trucking. Because there were points where I would just break and start laughing there because I'm like, we were talking about trains or something, and now here we are, 20 minutes deep on snow cones.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fun. It's an adventure for me. We got anything else?
Yeah.
Suppose I could talk about my flights too that I had.
I thought about that as I was coming home, where I was like,
Yeah.
let me not. There were things happening on my flight, but I was like, let me not become this dude that's just like has a podcast about his flights. Because after a while,
Yeah,
that's gonna really like wear people down. Like I specifically told you about the majesty of flight because that was so insane. But I don't want to become the guy who's like, and then there was a baby. You know, like I want to be understanding of people's situations and everything. Although I will say one thing that did happen very quick is that, you know, the roller cart with all the snacks and the drinks on it, guy in the aisle seat, that thing fully ran over his foot and it woke him up. And that was insane to see. Because he was waking up with so much pain that he yelped. And so everybody turned around like,
damn.
Is this it? Is this it? We've had a lot of good flights for the past couple decades. Is this a terrorism?
Yeah.
And then sure enough, the flight attendant was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you all right?" And he was like, he's also awake now, so he's just looking around. So it probably felt like continuing a nightmare, because if my man was even having a less than great dream, and then he gets awoken by his foot being crushed.
Right. Yeah.
Because what he did, this is not the flight attendant's fault at all, but what he did was there was no one in the middle seat, and so he had really like splayed himself out with one foot going backwards and the other foot going forward, and him like laying like sideways in the seat.
Well, see, then his foot's like just full on.
Yeah, his foot's full on.
That's the risk you take.
And so
that's the risk you take getting comfy.
She runs over it, and I'm sure she only got the toes, but still.
Right. Yeah.
But still, this dude wakes up, and he's waking up to everyone staring at him. But we're staring at him because he screamed. Yes. But if you had a dream that you were like in the Matrix or something, this would not feel like you've woken up.
He may also not realize he screamed. And so everyone's looking at him. And he didn't realize he... Anytime I sleep on a plane, when I drift off a little bit, because I don't sleep well on planes, but anytime I do and I feel myself come up, I look around quick, see if anyone's looking at me, because I know I have a tendency to go like when I when I wake up.
I'm so scared of screaming myself awake.
Really?
It's like one of my number one fears. It's sometimes why I try not to sleep on a plane. Because I'm like...
Why are you... Does that happen to you? Do you scream yourself awake sometimes?
I have, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. If I'm having a bad enough dream and I feel trapped or something, or if you have like the sleep paralysis dream where you feel like you can't move, and then or you get so wrapped up in the story of the dream that something bad enough happens that you scream, I'll scream in real life. And then I'm like...
Really?
Yeah, it's bad. I'm surprised I've never done it when we've
I know.
Been in the hotel room.
Well, that's what I was thinking of, because also anytime we've been in the hotel room and like you usually like go out and you're out.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of surprised that you scream yourself awake sometimes.
It doesn't happen often, but it has happened enough that I think about it happening with like a genuine fear. Like I remember one time,
especially in a flight.
I remember one time I was restless.
Because you just be,
and I was like, man, I really want to go to sleep right now, but my body's so tense. I feel like I'll scream myself awake. I could feel it. In that moment, I could feel it. Like if I drift off to sleep right now, I'm gonna have a stress dream and I'm gonna scream myself awake. I just knew it.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
I can only sleep on a plane if I'm on like the the window seat. I can't if I'm in the middle. I'm gonna be awake. I don't like being between people, and I get too conscious about making sure I'm not spreading my legs too far or hogging the armrests. I know I'm like I'm not like a huge guy, but like I'm kind of a broader shouldered guy, so I want to make sure I'm not like I don't want to be one of those guys people complain about that have their just like legs fully open and just like meh, taking it over. Because I even had a flight coming down to Phoenix. There was a guy in the middle, and he fell asleep immediately, just and like head down asleep, and then had his legs fully spread apart, so he had his leg against mine, but he was bouncing his leg while he was sleeping, so he was just rubbing his knee against mine, and it was it was not comfortable, and I kind of gave him some like little nudges back. It didn't register. He was too comfortable, and I was very uncomfortable because I was also the one I'd been sprinting around the airport for because I went to the wrong gate twice, and I'm a fucking fool. And then my backpack exploded while I was running. Just everything fell out, and a tall German man just stood over me and was just like, "I think your backpack was open." And I was like, "Yeah." And he just sat there drinking his soda, watching me. And there was a lady who helped me pick up. I was just like, what's your plan here? Why are you here?
I feel like I would do that. I would get to an airport early just to watch people. You're
just watching me.
Get to it.
Well, the joke I made, I talked about it on stage, and I said it's a little on the nose to have a German engaging in Schadenfreude, but
yeah,
no one really got the joke because no one knew the word Schadenfreude. I thought it was clever, but
yeah, if you know what Schadenfreude is, it's
if you know what it means, it's a I don't know, it's a right there. It's a little softball joke.
Yeah.
But
I heard it.
should we open up the mailbag?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm excited for this one because we did a mailbag episode last episode, and we actually got an update on one of them that we actually asked for an update on, the date with the foot fetishist.
Okay, let's go off.
From Anna. This email is called Number 99 Strange Dates Full Disclosure. So we're getting the full story here. So this is from Anna. Hey, guys. After you read my email, I was so happy you had a great time laughing since you guys are working hard on entertaining us listeners. Oh, well, thank you. We don't get that sentiment a lot.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Also, I realized that my mail was not only not including my reactions, it was also not complete. Here comes the full disclosure of what took place at the date with the gentleman. That's very kind.
Nice
phrasing.
Wow.
It's very kind. It was pre-pandemic, and I apologize for the long email. I have had my fair share of strange dates and miserable relationships, and it has made me a bit picky when it comes to dates and relationships. So when this gentleman asked me out, I asked my coworkers about his character, since he is in the periphery of my line of work, and we met a couple of times due to work. I love their wording.
Yeah.
So much here. They're in the periphery of my line of work.
Yeah.
That's a really nice way of saying I don't fucking know this guy. They vouched for him, so I agreed to a date. We met up outside the restaurant on a Friday after work. I had taken the time to freshen up, change to a new blouse, to my tight black office skirt and open-toe heels. I was looking forward to a nice time and some good food. As we were seated at the table, I noticed that the restaurant was full, and at the table next to us was a family of 3, a mom, dad, and a son around the age of 10. We ordered wine, and the conversation revolved around the usual topics: work, family, and so on. It was about 40 minutes into the date that he brought up his fascination for feet. Mind you, he was... Sorry, me and myself get. Mind you, he wasn't low key. just be like, oh, I love feet. Yeah. Woo! Can't get enough of them.
That's so funny.
He talked about the shape, size, touch, look, and the smell of feet in a way that was borderline to describing an ice cream. Feet were his kinks. I wasn't shocked, but more surprised that he brought it up less than an hour into the first date. The situation felt awkward and strange, and I laughed out loud thinking this was a joke and that my coworkers were sat somewhere in the restaurant and were about to jump out and yell pranked, I looked around and noticed the big eyes of the dad next to us and turned my head just in time to see the gentleman sliding off his stool. sliding off his stool. Oh, no, I lost my place. Sliding off his stool, trying to be discreet. He grabs my feet, pulls off my open toe heels, takes a good look at my manicured toenails, licks his lips, and sniffs my shoe. It's the licking the lips is very... What happened next seemed to happen in slow motion to me, but only took seconds. As the gentleman sniffed my shoe, I registered something flying through the air, and I looked up from the gross image of the gentleman sniffing my shoe and saw the open mouth of the dad coughing food onto my new blouse that slowly slid down my chest.
Oh.
The mom made a face of disgust as we all heard the gentleman.
What?
Hang on. The mom made a face of disgust as we all heard the gentleman exhale a moan of so good. Oh, I threw up in my mouth. Here I am disgusted, humiliated, and totally focused to not vomit. Deep down, I'm actually starting to get angry. The total disrespect of not asking permission to take my shoe off and sniff it, nevertheless in public. The disrespect to the other guests at the restaurant, too, who had to witness the whole thing. My thoughts swirled around. He is totally crazy. And how to get out of the situation with some dignity left and the irritation of my ruined new blouse. Oh, there's more. Hang on. While the gentleman had ranted about the delight of feet earlier, he forgot two important things he should have asked me. One, whether or not I was ticklish on my feet, and second, what I do in my spare time. You see, I'm very ticklish, and I've been practicing Wing Chun, Kung Fu, for years. As he sniffed my shoe, he loosened the grip around my foot, and his hand softly slid from my heel towards the arch of my foot and tickled it. As a reflex to get him off me, I pulled my feet back and in an upward motion, kicked him in the forehead with a whack.
God.
You left out a lot of stuff in this story from the first time you sent it to us, Anna. The gentleman's upper body flew upwards towards the table, and he hit the top of his head on the table. I realized that there is no way I can end the date with dignity, and that made me even more upset. The disappointment was quite overwhelming, and I had just kicked my date in the forehead, and the feet were already leaving a red mark, just like an open hand slap as a cheek would on a cheek would.
So the thing that I'm stuck on is that because you've been doing Wing Chun, if you want to get out of here with dignity, you just gotta fight everybody in the restaurant. Just start whooping
you have to kick
ass.
Everyone's ass. You have to kick every person's ass in that restaurant.
Yeah. Wow. As
I pull my shoe out of his hand, the server appears out of nowhere with the starters and asks if everything was all right. As I met the server's eyes, I knew I was saved. I put on my shoe, glancing at the gentleman, rubbing his forehead, all confused, leaning one hand on the floor. The server said, "I guess you don't want any starters. Don't worry about the wine glasses, just go now." The glasses had fallen and were broken after the table was headbutted. So she kicked this man's head into the table, which knocked over glasses and they broke.
Yeah.
Wine was dripping from the edge of the table onto my skirt and onto the shoulders of the gentleman. Your outfit got ruined.
Yeah.
Not only your outfit got ruined, this man took your shoes off too. I'm sorry. Your clothes were disrespected on this date, you've been through a lot. This is a lot. I grabbed my purse, pulled out one of my business cards, and handed it over to the server. Thanked him, and if he wanted to meet for a drink or coffee, he just had to call me. Buck wild twist. That's a turn I was not expecting.
We've been married
that moment
for
be
a
like,
year.
You know. As I walked off, I heard the gentleman scream, "Ouch, my hand, get off my hand." So I guess the server stepped on his hand. And Anna, get off my hand. Oh, you stepped on his hand. No, there were no more dates with the gentleman or going back to the same restaurant. I have met him a few times due to work, but that is a whole different story. But I did go on dates with the server.
So you were just keen to tell us a quarter of the story.
Again, we need another update now.
Yeah.
Because now you dated the guy who was at the foot fetish date.
I do feel like we're just...
You had to have talked about that.
Yeah, we're just going to end up doing a podcast off of Anna's updates.
Yeah. Yeah, we found our third co-host.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love a series in the mailbag to have an ongoing story. But I'm so happy I found your show on Spotify. I have binged it since I found it in July this year. In most episodes, there is a story that I can relate to or is actually similar to an experience of my own. Well, neither of us come close on this one. Thank you for being you, and I wish you all the best in all you do. Maybe a theme about going to the doctor or dentist. Just offering up another phrase as if your story isn't the only thing I'll ever think about again.
Yeah.
Take care and stay cool. Love, Anna. Anna, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you all, really. Thank you so much for listening to the Josh Johnson Show. We had a great time recording. I hope you had a great time listening. If you are looking to catch up with us on any of the socials, you can find me at Josh Johnson Comedy on Instagram, Josh Johnson on Twitter, Josh J Comedy on Facebook, and Josh Johnson Comedy on TikTok and YouTube. We're going to be posting clips of the show. And if you're looking for Logan...
Wow, you can follow me on Instagram at Logan M. Nielsen. And if you want to get into our mailbag and just challenge our lives, you can email us.
Really change our week.
Show. Really just change. Yeah, this whatever week I was going to have is gone now. And it's this week now, whatever this has created. You can send those to joshjohnsonshow@gmail.com. And you can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We like to read those there too. And you can find bonus content, patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show. We got some bonus podcast stuff. We got deleted clips, lost episodes, bonus videos, access to live shows. And speaking of live shows, we have one coming up. What is it? It's Sunday, September 26th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Did I get all that right off the top of my head?
Let me see. I want to check.
Pretty sure I nailed it with that. I'm pretty sure I nailed it.
It's the 25th if it's Sunday.
Ah!
Yeah.
Fuck.
But you were close.
Damn it.
Sunday.
No, I'm a failure.
September 25th.
I ruined it.
At 6 p.m.
There'll be tickets in the episode bio, and they're really fun. The last several we've had have. I think the last time we talked about the Brave Little Toaster for a while. Watched some videos, so we're never sure what we're going to do when they happen. So you should join us.
You all have a great rest of the day, great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Go get you a snow cone.
This is one that this is one that really hurt to watch. This was actually painful. So just stick with me, okay? Because I'm gonna.
This is the falling off the ladder of of sales stories.
Oh yeah, I watched a guy pitch a pyramid scheme at a funeral.
Oh, this is delicious. Tell me everything. Do not spare a single detail.
So hopefully I tell it all in order because this is also years ago. But
I don't even care if you tell it in order. I just want all of it. I want all the bad from this.
So I was at this funeral and this...
Are you willing to say whose funeral? Was it like close family member?
No, it was not a close family member. I was actually just there for moral support because it wasn't my relative.
I was just there to sell something else.
I was out there selling hope. You know how it is.
Yeah.
No, so basically...
Hey, I saw these people in suits. I was just like, now these people got money. All right, I'm going to follow them, see where they're going.
Look, if you can afford a suit, you can afford...
Yeah, where we going? We going to a club or something? Oh, never mind.
So basically, I was there for a friend because his uncle had passed away, right?
Okay.
And so the person selling, though, actually was a family member. So I was just there, you know, for my friend, just to be nice and everything. And this guy, so we're at the cemetery.
Oh, it's at the cemetery. I thought in my head I was picturing
Like a
funeral home.
No,
but this is
he waited. He waited until he would have a captive audience, you know. He wasn't gonna interrupt the pastor and be rude, you know. He wanted to go ahead and wait until
he said he's gonna do it when the dirt's getting thrown on the casket is when he's gonna choose his moment.
Right after, you know, right after. So this dude oh man. This dude is standing there and there's like a somber moment where everyone's silent and his son says, yeah, I'm just really gonna miss him. And then I'm standing there with my friend and everything. And then this guy, who I assume must be a cousin or something, because it didn't seem like anyone was excited that he was there.
You'd hope. You don't want it to be the deceased brother.
Yeah, yeah. And so he goes, yeah, I just wish he could have been all he could be. And already people are like, wow, that was a little like, I didn't know you had a problem with him or something, right?
Yeah.
And then you know, people are starting to walk away because the service is over. So now people are walking back to their cars and stuff, and we're all going to meet back up at this person's house for the you know, post funeral. Everyone eats and sits and talks, and he's like, yeah, pitches stuff, and he's like, yeah, I tried to get him in on a really big opportunity before he went, and.
Keep going.
And, you know, it just, I mean, I guess it's better this way because at least he won't know what he missed, you know? And at this point, this is someone who is either a full-blown monster or really believes in their pyramid scheme.
Yeah. I'm glad he's dead so he can't see the riches I'm gonna make.
And so then I don't know who this other person is, but an older person goes, I'm sorry.
Because that's a reasonable response in this situation.
And so he's like, I'm sorry, what the hell are you talking about? And then this dude in full pitch mode goes, opportunity.
Yes. Shit, I'm in. What are you selling?
And so,
man,
and so
the confidence of that. Oh my God.
So then the person who said, I'm sorry, what the hell are you talking about? Grabs him by the back of the neck. And I don't know what he said, but he whispered something harrowing into his ear. And the dude doesn't say another word. Everyone just walks back to their cars, and then we get in the car and drive off to the house, right?
Yeah. Sorry.
And so, so then we get to the house, and everyone's piling out of their cars, and you know, some people are staying outside the house and smoking, and then some people are inside the house, and people are getting the food heated and stuff, and so everyone's just sort of sitting about talking about the person who passed away. Which, once again, I don't know this person that well. I'm just there for my friend, right? Mm-hmm. And then the guy walks in, the pitch guy walks in looking like
looking around, like his eyes are sort of darting around and everything, like clearly looking for whoever grabbed him by the back of the neck, right?
Right, yeah.
And
Looking for the man who clearly said, "I will kill you."
yeah, and and then when he sees that the coast is clear, he walks up to this older woman and is like, you know, it's times like these that remind you to just, you know, take your chances where you can get them.
Oh no!
You know, you really just got to shoot for the stars, because if you miss, you'll land amongst the clouds. You know, and I'm just happy that, you know, seeing everything that went down today. I'm just happy that I'm investing my money and my life into opportunity. And so I'm just like, wow, when is this guy gonna say whatever because it's all platitudes, man. It's all like just consistent, like trying to rope people in, but he's clearly not good at it.
Yeah.
And so
Clearly he got wrapped into it and no one had said what they were selling to him.
yeah. So now he's just out there trying to sell product that exists, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
And so then he tells her, he's like, I'm a part of something special, and I really want you to be in on it with me, you know, just for just a.
Will you marry me?
Right? You would think, because he's really ramping up, and it's like all ask and no setup. Like it's a bunch of platitudes, and then he just goes for it. Mm-hmm. And so then he's like, I really want you to be in on it with me. And then this woman goes, okay, what is it? And he's like, it's the future. All right. It like still won't say what it is. And so he's like,
oh my God, this is so good.
And so he's like, it's the future. And I mean, would you rather $400 right now or $40,000 a year from now? And then she goes, are you in a cult? She completely skipped pyramid scheme. I was like, you in a cult? What you talking about?
That's great.
And so you see his face just drop, and then he just moves on to the next part. This is how bad he is at selling, is he doesn't even like have a dismount. He literally just stops talking to her and walks over to another person.
Yeah.
So then I don't see him for a good 30 minutes or an hour or something. Like, I'm just mingling with my friend and meeting one other person. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just talking and stuff, and then I'm actually about to leave when he like resurfaces. I guess he was working the back of the house. Like, we stayed in the general like living room area and stuff. And then some people from outside start coming inside. And so I guess he starts trying to work them too. And goes up to this very old man who is clearly like,
next.
Yeah, like because you know how they always bring, there's at least one person at the funeral that's way older than the person that passed away.
Yeah.
And so they're looking at the casket.
You're like, oh, that's the Highlander there. Okay. There can be only one.
They're looking at that casket different. All right. And so he starts talking to this really, really old man who's honestly not even like registering. Like, I'm not even, you know, sometimes when people are, especially like in their 80s and 90s, they get a little bit vacant, you know?
Right.
And so he's giving this dude the whole spiel, and this guy's not interrupting him or anything or looking at him quizzically. So he thinks he's on a roll with this older dude, right? Who is clearly somebody's grandpa.
Yeah. Or just can't hear him at all. Like, the old guy is just like, his hearing's gone. Just
So then he gives him like a long,
classic pyramid scheme speech about like be part of my I think he called them
Opportunity, my movement, my
I think he called them clusters. He's like, if you're in my cluster, my kickback is only 5%. A lot of people in their kickback they have 10.
If you're in my glory triangle, you
and so then the guy,
if you're in my success octagon, you and I can make so much money a year.
It can't be a pyramid because it's an octagon.
Exactly.
So,
but like one of the points is a little higher than the others.
It's also a little wider at the bottom.
Yeah.
So then he finishes his whole little spiel, and this old man with this old voice goes, "If you don't get out of here with that bullshit." And almost right after this old man says, "If you don't get out of here," the guy from before, the guy from like the cemetery, is like screams across the room, screams, "What did I tell you? What did I tell you?" And then walks up to that dude, grabs him in the back of the neck again, and just walks out with him to the backyard, where I am assuming that he beat the hell out of him.
Where he is now buried to this day. Wow.
Right?
Here's the thing. This man is just a social terrorist with what he has done. I do, though, weirdly admire the confidence to show up to a funeral I don't even know if he's close to him or not, but to show up to a funeral and be like, "This is where I'm going to make my nut, man. This is where I'm really going to... This is where I'm going to make a killing." I weirdly admire that horribly misguided confidence.
I mean, they already parted with their cousin. What's parting with a little bit of money?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe everyone here's got some inheritance now that they can they can throw my way.
Come on, you know Willie left you something.
Yeah. He left you this, but what I'm giving you is an opportunity.
Oh.
That's fucking amazing. That's such a good story.
I mean,
that's so good.
As Ludacris says, Jesus saves and I withdraw.